Hello Dealey, and welcome to Something Edible.
For anyone who's ever eaten out at a Mexican restaurant, at least in the United States, you know you've pretty much got your choice of sides. And those sides are either rice and beans or beans and rice. But who's ever had that Mexican restaurant rice at home? I mean, it's kind of mysterious, it's orange, how do they do that sort of thing? Well, today I'm going to show you how to make Mexican restaurant style rice at home. It doesn't take that long. In the time that you could be whipping up some tacos, you can have the rice on the burner, and when everything's said and done, you'll have half of the side combination to go. You're on your own for beans. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to make this rice today, so let's step over to the stove. So over to the stove here on medium heat, I'm going to add a cup of long grain rice, and then I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of olive oil. And there we go. You can measure it if you want to. And then I'm going to add a couple cloves of garlic that I smashed. Just make sure the paper's not on them. You know, you're probably going to pick them out anyway. Well, I like to eat them, but you know, it's whatever. So now I'm going to make sure that those grains are evenly coated with that oil. And we're just going to let this come up over medium heat. And we're going to try to toast those grains a little bit. I don't know if you can see this or not, but these grains are kind of translucent right now when the oil hits them. And as they toast, they're going to get brown on the edges and they're going to start to get opaque. And once you mix them in like this, you really don't have to touch them all that much. You're just going to want to move them around occasionally on this medium hot stove to make sure that they don't burn. But you do want them toasted a little bit. You're adding some layers of flavor here that are going to help you out in the end. Now, having on deck here, you're going to want to have 2 cups of water ready to go. Now, what I like to do is I like to add my seasoning to the water beforehand. And so I'm going to go ahead and add my salt right now. And that's going to dissolve in there. And so now there's no worries about is everything going to be evenly seasoned. When the rice starts taking in water, it's going to take in salt too. And that's ready to go. So in the meantime, we're going to let this brown a little bit. I'm going to stir this around occasionally for, you know, for the next 10 minutes or so. And then we're going to come back and we're going to add all the wet stuff and actually cook this rice. These grains have been on here browning in the olive oil for just a little bit. You can skip this step, but I wouldn't. You're adding layers of flavor here, and at the end of the day, this is going to take your Mexican restaurant rice from just kind of to something that somebody's going to want seconds on. So everything's nice and brown. Now we're going to add the 2 cups of water that I already mixed my salt into. Watch the steam. You could get burned. And the secret ingredient to this is a half a cup of bottled taco sauce. Woo! Okay. You can use whatever kind of bottled taco sauce you want, hot, mild, it really doesn't matter. But do look at the back of the label and make sure that there is vinegar someplace in it. Adding that vinegar to the rice, I mean, if you've ever had sushi, you know, like that rice has that little something to it. Well, hey, guess what? It's vinegar. So, you know, that's what we're doing with that taco sauce. You're providing some additional seasoning, and you're also providing that mysterious orange color that everybody associates with Mexican restaurant rice. So I'm bringing this back up over medium heat. I'm bringing this back up just to a boil, and as soon as this comes to a boil, I'm going to put the lid on, cut the heat down to low, and I'm going to walk away for about 20-25 minutes or so. And I'm not going to lift the lid either. That's like the worst thing you can do besides stirring to ruin some rice. So the less you play with it, the better. That's the end of 25 minutes right here. I'm going to kill the heat. And if you think I'm going to open this up, you're crazy. It's not done yet. We're done cooking, but the rice is not done. You're going to have to move this off the heat and let this thing set for another 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, anything that might have possibly stick to the bottom or not quite finished cooking is going to be done. So always give your rice 10 minutes. Don't you dare open that lid. Nope, nothing's going anywhere. So just leave it there. 10 minutes, we're going to come back and our rice will be perfect. 10 minutes has elapsed. It's time to plate up. All right, well, I've got my rice right here, perfectly cooked, but there's really only one way to know if you've really cooked it right or not, and that's to taste it. Yeah, this is good. I mean, you know you're eating rice. It's not overdone, it's not underdone, and it actually tastes like something. I mean, when you go to like a Mexican restaurant and you get that orange rice, I mean, you expect it to taste like orange. Well, what the heck does the color orange taste like? Well, this tastes like garlic. You've got a little bit of tang from the sauce that we added. It's perfectly seasoned, and it's going to go good with just about anything you want to serve up front to it. But I'll tell you, you know, this could use something. I think you just can't serve rice and not have a main. I could really go for some tacos, you know. I mean, and it just so happens I got a taco right here. So I got my taco, got my rice. I'm set to go. So if you want to know how to make this awesome rice right here for your own taco night, you can check out the recipe at the Hayes Daily News, or you can log on to my website at somethingedible.com and get the details. And if you have questions, you can hit me up on Facebook and Twitter. So until next time, have fun making rice and eating tacos. Use rice.